When they say corn fed, this is exactly what they mean. Holy cow. Let's freeze some sweet corn. Let's have a real chat for a second. So my mother-in-law, my grandma, my mom, everybody that I've ever made corn with always boils it and then we cut it off the cob. I've seen a lot of recipes here on TikTok for people that will cut off the cob raw and then they'll cook it. I think my advice to you is you can try it either way. I think both are gonna taste great, especially if you have good quality corn. Problem that I see with the other version is that it's really difficult to cool that corn down when it's in a big batch. And you don't want it to overcook as it sits there and continues to stay hot. So by doing it this way, by boiling it and then taking it out of the boiling water after 4 minutes on the dot, I'm gonna set it on a sheet tray and it's gonna get the chance to cool down so I can touch it before I cut it off the cob. So that's gonna stop the cooking process right then and there. I think it's the right way. Just my opinion. And Karen, I know you're gonna yell at me, but that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna cook this for 4 minutes on the dot and then pull it out and cool it down before we cut it. Just over halfway through, we're gonna give this a nice toss. That way everything on the top still gets cooked through. I like to come through with my mesh strainer and just take some of those silks out that are coming off the top. Sometimes these don't get washed all the way off. That one looks so good. Let's take our next batch out. Come on with me, let me show you how to cut it off the cob. Once you're able to touch your corn and not burn your hand off, you can see it's still steaming a little bit. I like to use a serrated knife. You can use an electric knife. You don't want to get too close to the cob. You can see I did there. And so those pieces actually won't be the nicest to eat. So you want to make sure that you're just cutting about halfway through the kernel. There's kind of a specific sound that you're looking for. And if you start to get more of a grinding sound, that means you're getting into the cob. You can definitely feel it when you're cutting too. I like to use a Bundt pan because you can stick the cob right inside of that elevated spot, and then it's really easy to cut around. All of your corn's gonna fall down in the inside, catch it for you. You're not splattering it all over the kitchen. I will still say everything within a 100-mile radius of this in your kitchen is going to get sticky from corn juice, so make sure that you have stuff put away off the counter. This is by far the worst job, and I think I've been stuck cutting every single time that I've done sweet corn. So I'm kind of a master at it. You know exactly the sound I'm looking for, the feel that I'm looking for. Some folks like to hold it with like a paring knife. Oop. Now that this is filled, I'm just gonna take one giant bowl. We're gonna pour it all in here, let it continue to cool down. And then in a little bit, we're gonna add a few more things to it and we'll get it ready for the freezer. I'm gonna keep cutting. I'll let you know how much I end up with, but I'm not gonna show you this entire process. We'll be here for hours. You just keep this assembly line going all day long. This is gonna go boil, bring it over, cool down, cut it off. Boil it, cool it down. And my mother-in-law totally just eyeballed this, so we're kind of making it up as we go. I'm doing a double batch right now. I have a quart of warm water, warm enough water that it's gonna dissolve some sugar in here. So you can take some sugar. I think I'm gonna do like a half a cup of sugar, because that would be roughly 8 tablespoons of sugar, 1/8 of a cup of salt. We're just gonna dissolve all of this together. Again, I want this to be kind of warm. I don't want it to be boiling because I don't need to cook this anymore. I just need to add some sugar and salt into the corn so it's got some additional flavor, and it's also just gonna help tenderize it a little bit more. That's perfect. My mother-in-law would be the kind of person that she would fill every bag and then she would just sprinkle a little sugar, a little bit of salt in every one of them. We're batching this. I'm not as good as her at this stuff, but this tastes just like hers did. I'm gonna take my warm water and pour it over my 2 batches of corn. Stir this all together. If you find any pieces of husk or silk that accidentally got cut off, go ahead and peel those out now. It's a great time to do it. We're ready to get this into freezer bags. If you don't have one of those fancy holders for your Ziploc bags, Brillo's container works perfectly for this. Drop your bag in, grab you a funnel, put your funnel in, and then 2.5 cups of corn. Make sure you get some of the liquid in with it. That's a lot of the flavor that you want. It's 2.5 cups. And we're just gonna pull this up and out, just like that. And then to seal, make sure that this is, you know, not steaming hot when you seal it. You don't want it to be too warm and melt the bag, but just fold it right over the side of your counter. Remove any of the air bubbles. Close it up. Press it flat. And there is another quart size bag. This isn't a true quart, it's just a quart size bag. Like I said, it's 2.5 cups of corn, but going right into the freezer just like this, it's perfect for one meal for us. I'm gonna keep rolling. Let's see how many quart size bags we get. Here's my next quart of sugar, salt, water, my next batch. And we're gonna keep bagging. 2.5 cups. Just like that. 4.5 hours later, and we are done with sweet corn. I've got a few bags here left to go ahead and close up. I had one completely burst open all over the kitchen, so I completely stopped recording at that point in time. And I think I've got 39 bags here of about 2 to 2.5 cups of corn, which is gonna be plenty for us for the year. If I get a wild hair, I might do like 10 more bags tonight before bedtime, but otherwise, I think we are set for 2026 sweet corn. I'll show you the stack in the freezer. Actually, I'm not gonna show you the freezer. I'm not doing that. We'll see if this edit even works. One final piece of advice. Don't buy the cheap bags. Don't do it. Don't try to cut a corner. Buy the Ziploc freezer storage. I cut a corner and I've had so many bags fail already. I just need these to freeze and not leak all over my freezer. But if you also freeze sweet corn, go get a coffee from your local coffee shop and power down, get it done. Best thing I ever did was decide to just get it all done in one day and back to work tomorrow, even though today was a harder work day than the rest of my week will be. But anyways, love you guys. Thanks for sticking around.